Welcome into Bengals Breakdown by Chat Sports. I am Tom Downey, and ESPN's Jordan Reid has put out a full 7-round mock draft, every single pick. So we're going to break down the Bengals side. Bengals breakdown makes some sense, doesn't it? We'll go pick by pick, recap it all at the end. Round 1, number 28 overall, Ohio State offensive tackle Dawand Jones is the selection here. He does scare me a little bit. Now, he is a mountain of a human. It's his listed Ohio State size there. He's more like 370. I do have some concerns about the mobility, some of the athletic stuff, some whispers of pro day was late, whatever, but he didn't get beat very much at Ohio State. He's going to be a mauler in the run game, and Orlando Brown and Dawand Jones on both sides of the offensive line is about as too large of humans as you'll find in the NFL. I have a second-round grade. You're at pick number 28. Your first-round picks are all going to be kind of wiped there. There were several tight ends on the board that were not picked by the Bengals, which I found at least somewhat curious there, but getting Dawand Jones, taking care of Joe Burrow's protection certainly makes some sense. It does, of course, raise questions about what he ended up doing with Jonah Williams. In an ideal world, keeping it somewhat realistic, who do you want to draft in the first round? Go ahead and sound off for me in the comment section of today's video. Here's a tight end, Sam LaPorta. The numbers are not that great. I don't think he's also the level of blocker you might stereotypically expect out of an Iowa tight end. There were some drops. I am willing to give LaPorta a big-time pass because that Iowa offense was straight-up offensive. The quarterback play calling was a dumpster fire. I think LaPorta is a better athlete than he's mostly given credit for. Again, it kind of stereotypes a little bit there. I think he can be a starter day one for the Bengals. I guess, sorry, Irv Smith. Isaiah McGuire, who I don't love, but is going to be a borderline top 100 guy for me once I stack everything. Early fourth-round grade for me. Base defensive end is what I see here, where I don't know if he's quite the full-on bendy freak athlete you normally expect. There is some decent run-stopping upside here as I consult my notes there. He's a little too reliant on his power. He does play very low. Rotational defensive end, I think, is what you have here in the third round. Now, our goal is 2,000 subscribers here on this Bengals YouTube channel. We're at 1,539. So if you want more free Bengals YouTube videos, hit that sub button for us right now. I love this pick in the fourth round, Riley Moss, who I think is an underrated corner out of Iowa. Iowa, as producer Sam said before the show, they got a lot of players for being a bad football team. Quarterback sucked. That's what ends up happening there. Moss, as a day 3 pick, I could see him being a third-round pick even. Getting him at 131 is fantastic value. You need more cornerback depth, or at least I believe that. I know not everyone agrees with me there for the Bengals, but adding Moss in the fourth round, love that day 3 pick. I also like the Sean Tucker selection here. The issue and why he's available despite being very productive at Syracuse, there are some medical red flags, got to be sorted out there. Still not entirely sure what's going on, but he hasn't been able to work out as a result, so that's all got to get sorted there. He's a 2-down workhorse player. Great straight-line speed. The hands are not very good. He doesn't bring you much as a pass catcher there. I think he's actually solid enough in pass pro, but I think you're looking at an early down back. So this would be a potential Joe Mixon, maybe down the line replacement for Cincinnati. Dante Stills, you might remember his brother Darius Stills, also of West Virginia. This is more of a 3 technique. He was actually, I thought, better in 2021. The numbers dipped a little bit this year, but no complaints as a 6th-round pick here. Adding some more trench players, always a good idea for Cincinnati. Then Mohamoud Diabate, excuse me. Yeah, botched that one pretty hard there. Yeah, that was bad. I'm sorry. That one's on me. Mohamoud Diabate, the former Florida linebacker, big-time breakout year, transfers for Utah. You're in round 7. You're taking a linebacker whose name I, again, apologize for botching so terribly. Special teams potential impact here. Let's recap the picks then. Dawand Jones, OSU's right tackle in round 1. Sam LaPorta, Iowa tight end in the 2nd. Isaiah McGuire out of Missouri, the edge in the 3rd. Riley Moss, Iowa's corner in the 4th. So 2 Iowa boys in this pick, plus an Ohio State kid, right? Sean Tucker, Dante Stills, Mohamoud Diabate, linebacker out of Utah Stills, the West Virginia defensive lineman, and Sean Tucker, the back from Syracuse. So grade this ESPN mock draft. I give it at least a B. I think there's some, I love the LaPorta and Moss picks. I'm a big fan of those guys in particular. Grade it for me. A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section.